Hey guys, we are back with some more New Jersey Devils franchise mode. Last time we made it to the preseason, had a huge offseason, and as you can see, we're here at the trade screen. We are finally going to be pulling the trigger on a Damon Severson trade, and this is a defenseman I've had my eye on for quite some time, going back multiple GMOs. I've wanted this defenseman on my team for a while. It's just the opportunity never presented itself until now. So who are we going to be trading for? The 6'7" monster from Detroit, originally on Dallas, is Jamie Alexiak. Yeah, so this guy, again, I've wanted him on my teams, on one of my teams for quite some time now. He's like perfect. Well, not perfect, but he's a solid, very solid defensive defenseman. 6'7". 255 pounds, my goodness, and he's got a pretty nice defensive category and a great physical category. I think that would complement Timothy Liljegren's style of play very nicely, and we're also going to be retaining 50% of his salary. Now, Detroit, unfortunately, I don't know if this will go through just because of the salary cap. It looks like it will because it's letting me propose the trade. Let me see if I could get a draft pick out of this, like maybe a third. Yeah, I don't think a second would go through, but maybe a third will. And if we just take a look at Severson real quick, just to see what we're giving up here. He's got a 90 for poise, but other than that, he's pretty average everywhere else. He doesn't have a fantastic shot power. He doesn't, he doesn't have a great passing or a great offensive awareness. He's just kind of average everywhere besides maybe stick checking and poise. So. And with Jamie Alexiak, we got a shot blocker, we got a stick checker, we got the shot power, we got the physical play. So that's what we're looking for out of Jamie Alexiak, and that's why I'm okay with making this trade. Okay, so a third won't go through. So I'll just try for a fourth. If that doesn't work, then we'll just do the regular trade with just Alexiak for Severson. So will this go through? No, it won't. Okay, so we'll just do Severson for Alexiak at 50% of his salary. Will that go through? No. Okay. Yeah, it must be because they don't want to give up Alexiak. Okay. Maybe I can. Yeah, I could afford to take off like 10% of that. That's still like 2.4? Yeah, 2.4 of his salary. So let's see if that'll go through. Yes, it will. Okay, perfect. So we got Jamie Alexiak to really shut down the other teams defensively. And if we just go into our lines here, I already edited the lines before the video started. So if we just put Alexiak in for Severson. So, of course, his overall is lesser, but, I mean, the physical category is what I got Alexiak for. And that's going to help out Timothy Liljegren a lot, I think, because it'll allow him to produce even more points than he did before, because he won't have to worry about, defensive gaps with Alexiak playing back there. So we are also, and the good thing about Alexiak too is that I don't have to play him on the penalty kill if I don't want to, because he's a top 6 defenseman. So he'll just be fine with the top 6 ice time, but. Here's the thing, I want him on the penalty kill, but at the same time, we have 4 defensemen that are perfectly capable of playing penalty kill. If I'm taking anyone off, I think it'd be Zaboral, just because of his physical category, not the greatest, 78 body checking, but his defensive category at the same time is pretty good. Yeah, if anyone, I would take off Zaboral, because Julesen's got the body checking 87. Yeah, so we'll just see how our penalty kill works out, because our penalty kill was doing really, really nicely last year. It was our power play that was the issue. I'm not going to have Alexiak on the power play. No way, no how. So I think I might put a forward, actually, on the power play at the point. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Maybe instead of Alexiak, let's see. We already have a forward on the point on this power play. We have Hall, Veleno, McLeod, Patrick, Balsers, Zacapajo. Let's see. Maybe Paul Mary. I know he's got a pretty good shot from the point. Yeah, he could be an option. What about Nathan Bastian? Is Bastian on there? I don't think so. He's got an 86 offensive awareness. His defensive category isn't the greatest, but he's got the shot power. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try Bastion. I'm going to try Bastion on... Or do I want one of these guys on the point? Yeah, you know what? We'll leave Bastion on the point. We'll see how he does for now. And if the power play starts struggling, then we'll put someone else like Paul Mary on there. I just want to see how he does on the power play. And as you can see, Rasmus Dahlin is not on the power play here because he seemed to struggle on the power play last year. So, and I feel like he was just holding our power play back. And honestly, I don't think he's going to grow offensively. I really don't. Like, he's still got that 78 offensive awareness and that 80 for passing. So, yeah, I don't think Dahlin's grown offensively. So, he could be strictly defensive defenseman sort of thing. But Liljegren is going to be our power play man. So, I think they complement each other nicely, actually. If only Liljegren's overall was a bit higher, like maybe an 86, I might consider putting him on the line with Zaboral or Juleson, and then moving one of these guys down, and they could play penalty kill. That's we got a lot of options here, but these are our lines for now. We'll see how they do moving forward. There's a 4-man power play, penalty kill, 3-man penalty kill, extras, 4-on-4, 3-on-3, looks like that, extra attackers, and shootout, goaltenders, Prop, and Blackwood. So, and then I also edited the minors, mostly with the defensive core. Ekblad and Emmett Gordon are on the first-line defensive pair. Chad Crosby and Jyrki Salmelainen, and then Acoin and Colton White. So, that is the starting lineups for the AHL. Quenneville, Stenlund, and Spears. Lind, Hug, and Chubasov. Langen, Olsen, and Lappin. Janssen, Mahovlich, and Novoseltsev. So, and then in goal we have Vevalainen and Villalta, who are both 80 overalls or higher. So hopefully the AHL does really well this year. And I think we're set. I think we are set to start the season. So actually, do I need to change Wood to a right winger? Because I saw Wood on the 4th line right wing. Oh, no, that was McLeod, right. I read Wood for some reason. All right, yeah. Because I saw the OD or something. Then I just thought Wood. And the M in front of the name, too. All right, we're good. We're good to go. And before I started recording, I also changed Bastion to a right wing. So, no need to worry about that. Now, our offense is at a 96, defense 92. Our defense should be higher now with Jamie Alexiak in there, but I'm sure he'll get up there. And then goaltending 93. So we are definite contenders this year, hopefully. Chemistry is actually up there at 82 as well. So this year should be interesting, boys. We need to see definite improvement this year over last year. No blowing leads. No letting early goals in the playoffs. No letting shots through. I'm sure Alexiak will help with that too. All right, so where are we going for the scout? Where are we going? I will go... What do we need? Well, I mean, we don't really need anything. We're kind of set, but in terms of prospects, I would say forward-wise, yeah, for sure. WHL. So, let's simulate up to start preseason, and let's take it from here. Yeah, you know what? I'll sim past preseason, and I will show you guys the record when we get to the regular season. All right, so we are done with the preseason, and good news, we went 6-0-1, so hopefully that's a good omen. And another good omen is that all except one game, our defense allowed 2 goals or less. So 2 goals allowed here, 2 goals allowed, 2 goals allowed, 2 goals allowed, 2 goals allowed, 1 in overtime, and then no goals allowed, shutout. And then the 3 goals allowed against Philly, but the 5 goals scored. And as you can see, 5 goals for, 6 goals for, 5 goals for, 3 goals for, 1 in the shootout, 1 goal for. All right, fair enough. 1 goal for, but it was a shutout, and then 5 goals for. So let's check out the preseason stats, and then we will move into the regular season. And we were the best team in our division for the preseason. So Taylor Hall with 11 points. Man, that defensive core must be allowing him to score some goals, which is good. We need production out of Taylor Hall this year. Adam Henrique with 8. Palmieri with 6 assists. Balsers with 5. Pajot with 5. Wood with 5. Valeno with 5. Bastian with 5. A lot of depth scoring going on. That's good. It's a good sign. Alexiak, Soderberg, and Juleson, the ones without points. That is fine, though. They're getting paid to play defense. And then Christian Prop. Ooh, all right. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. We saw a very good performance out of Christian Prop in the offseason. Or not the offseason. Jesus Christ, I do that every single time. The preseason. One shout-out, obviously. And just overall good performance. So, I think we can roll with Christian Prop going into the season. However, I do want to turn auto-rotate goalies on so that Mackenzie Blackwood gets his fair share of starts as well. And if someone starts dropping the ball, then we'll turn it off. But I do want Blackwood to play as well because he deserves, he's carried us the past 2 or 3 years. He deserves he deserves to get some starts as well. So getting up to the first game against Calgary here. Then we got Vancouver as well, so little Western Canada trip right here. Come on now. All right. First game against Calgary. Here we go, boys. They're already 0-1, or 0-1 rather. Shootout or overtime loss. All right, first period. Here we go. All right, so Taylor Hall scores on Salvarani, and then Blackwood is in net where Kachuk and Brody score. All right, second period. Here we go. Joe Valeno, but then Curtis Lazar on Blackwood. All right. The third period. There you go. Joe Valeno and Nathan Bastian on Salvarani. Perfect. 4-3 win. And Joe Valeno with the first star, but then Cam Atkinson and Matthew Kachuk with the second and third stars. So it's safe to say Calgary dominated a little bit there, but then we came roaring back in the third. So hopefully Blackwood doesn't have too many performances like that here. Otherwise, Prop may take over. So it seems like we've been seeing a shift of the goaltenders here over the past couple of years here. And, ooh, hold on. Injuries are on. Rats. I forgot to turn them off. We'll just go. No, I can't go best lines for the AHL. Let's see. We'll just throw someone random in there. Let's see. Setaguchi. Yeah, it'll have to be Setaguchi for now. There you go. Substitute in all lines. Okay. Turn off injuries. Stop simulating. Oh, man. Okay. Completely forgot injuries were on. Man, I forget every single time. All right. Look, league settings. Rules. It's a good thing that didn't happen to an NHL player. Only Scott Mahovlich in the AHL fourth liner. No problem. No problem at all. All right. That was a close one. All right. A good thing the game sort of gave me a hint, like, you better turn injuries off, otherwise this is going to happen to one of your NHL players. All right. So, game against St. Louis, a 4-3 shootout win. So, we're giving up quite a fair share of goals here so far. And, of course, the game that we don't give up too many goals, we don't score any goals. So, man. Come on, boys. At a scouting assignment, yeah, we'll go to the OHL for 4 to 6 weeks. All right, let's see what we have here. Mahovlich is back. Jesus. All right, we got to do this real quick. I want Mahovlich playing. He's young, so got to have him playing. Yep, substitute in all lines. There you go. You should be good now. 4-2 win. There you go. 7-4 win. All right, so we're winning the games, but it doesn't seem like our defense is helping out too much besides maybe that game and the game against San Jose. All right, let's see. Yeah, there you go. We're starting to gel a little bit. 3-2 shootout loss. So, I mean, we're good. We have a good record. 7-2-1. That's really good. But I prefer if our defense started to be a little more, stingy. So, I mean, that's obviously what they're getting paid to do. So, I'd prefer they do that. Rudolph Balsers with 10 points. Valeno with 10 points. Bastian with 9. Petrangelo with 9. Wood and Hall with 8. Pajot and Patrick with 7, Liljegren with 6, Henrique with 6, Palmieri with 4, Soderberg, Zaka, McLeod with 2, Juleson, Alexiak, Dahlin with 1, and Zaboral with none. So yeah, you see what I mean about that offensive awareness? Like, it doesn't matter how good passing or puck control a guy has. If he doesn't have offensive awareness, he's not going to score points. At least in my experience. So let's check out goaltenders. Oh yeah, yep. Prop's starting to get it done, boys. Prop is starting to get it done. Thank God. I thought I was going to have to trade this guy. Ooh. All right, that's better. That's much better. Mackenzie Blackwood doesn't appear to be doing too well. I mean, he's doing all right. He's doing all right. Just not as good as before. So hopefully he doesn't start to drop off because of his lack of ice time that he's going to be getting behind Prop. So assuming Prop holds up this form the entire year, we might be looking at a Blackwood trade this offseason or maybe next, depending. Well, one thing to take into account is that that's a boosted overall. That could be a boosted overall from morale because of the performance that he had last year. And he could drop off to an 84, so we could go back to a backup goaltender. So he could be a solid backup goaltender for the rest of this GM mode, you know? It was just his performance last year that got his overall up there, and maybe next year he'll pull like a Rachavina or a what's it called, a Wedgwood, and it'll go back down to like an 84 to be a backup goaltender. So that honestly that'd be fine with me because Blackwood is solid as a backup goaltender. So pretty solid so far, boys. I mean, we'll check the team stats. Team stats are going to be a little shaky because, you know, it's still very early in the season. Yeah, I mean, you got teams like the New York Islanders with goals for 4.33. Yeah, that's that. They're going to come back down to earth for sure. And the goals against average, I mean, Pittsburgh with a 1.43. Again, that's going to come back down to earth, I would imagine. And power play, let's see, this is a big number for us. So, all right, it's not doing too bad to start out the gate. 20.8. So, could be better. Could be worse, though. So, I'm happy with where it is. Penalty kill could be better. 79.2. So, I would prefer to be up there with these teams. But, again, these teams are going to probably drop back down to earth. And maybe that'll allow us to catch up, you know. So, I'm not going to touch anything yet. We're going to go another month. I want to see how everything plays out. But I think we're looking at a pretty good season here, boys. We are looking at a pretty good season. So, we'll go another month, and we'll see what happens. Toronto, Carolina got a nice Atlantic Division stretch here, although Carolina is in the Metropolitan. I just remembered. And, yep, so Buffalo, 4-1 loss. Yeah, our defense, when we're not scoring goals, we're letting in a lot. That's the problem. That's a problem. Montreal, let's see. 3-2 loss. Man. Come on, boys. Get back to form. There you go. 2-1 shootout win against Colorado. Detroit, 2-1 loss. Come on, boys. Get going. Nashville, 2-1 loss. My God. We're taking steps back by the month. Florida, 5-3 win. Man, we can't seem to have that perfect game yet. We can't seem to have that perfect game or perfect stretch where we go on a 5-game winning streak of games that we allow 2 goals or less, you know. And the games that we do win, we're also allowing goals, like that game right there against Columbus, 4-3. I prefer to let in 2 or less with our defensive core and with the goaltending that we have. That should be the case, but it's just not right now. All right, so good win there against Anaheim and Ottawa. What do we have here? We have a 2-1 loss. All right, so obviously things could be improved. So let's see where we're struggling here. I would imagine defensively we might have some issues, but let's just see. So Pietrangelo, 22 points. Bastian, Nathan Bastian with 17 points. So, I mean, how many of those are power play? 4. So, yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing Nathan Bastian's on the power play, boys. I'll leave him there. Taylor Hall with 16 points. Patrick with 15. Veleno, 14. Henrique, 14. Pajot and Balsers with 13. Liljegren and Wood with 10. Palmieri, Zaka with 9, Soderberg with 8, McLeod with 5, Dahlin with 5, Juleson with 2, Alexiak with 1, and Zaboral is still with nothing. Whew. Ugh. That's concerning. Goaltenders, let's see. Here's the big thing. Yeah, so Prop came back down to earth. Okay, so I'm going to turn auto-rotate goalies off, and then we'll go with like a loss ratio of some sort, because it's pretty clear that Prop's starting to drop off, especially edit players. What am I doing? Settings. It's pretty clear Prop is dropping off from his hot start, so we're gonna have to just roll with goaltenders, you know, as they have the hot hand. So, and that's the better thing to do, honestly. Too, if a goaltender's hot, you just roll with them. You're not gonna switch them out for ice time. So, so I think who's in net right now? I think I want to give a few starts to Blackwood, because he had a 9.22 save percentage. So we'll leave Blackwood in there for now. So yeah, our goaltender situation is shaky, boys. It's really shaky. And then I'm a bit concerned about Zaboral as well. I mean, I know he's more of a defensive defenseman, but I feel like he should be getting at least a few points. With that 90 for pass, he's just not getting anything. The offensive awareness really weighs in to the amount of points you get. Because, I mean, look at Lilgren. He's got a 93 for offensive awareness, and he's got 9 assists already, right? So, let's see if what's Lexiak done? -3. Yeah. So we got some work to do here, boys. I don't know if a trade needs to be made or what, but let's check the team stats, see what's wrong, and maybe we could figure out something from that. Maybe we could see if we need to change our penalty kill or our power play. I mean, our power play was pretty good last we checked. We're not scoring goals. I mean, it's not that bad. 2.75 isn't that bad, but when compared to the rest of the division, yeah, we're not scoring goals. And then the New York Rangers are all the way down there. Let's see goals against per game. I mean, we're up there. We're in the top 3 of the division. So it's not like we're terrible defensively, but I prefer that be better, like around where Philly is. Power play. Okay, our power play is pretty good. Yeah, our power play is pretty good. 21.8. So I'm going to leave the power play alone. So our penalty kill is an 81.7. So I don't know what to make of that. It seems like it's, you know, borderline good, borderline bad. So I guess we'll give it another shot with the penalty kill, but I don't know. It seems like we're just that mediocre team right now. We're average, you know. We're not performing the way we should with how skilled our team is. So maybe we make a line change or something. Maybe that is in order, because I know our star forwards, they're just not producing, some of them, like the way that they should be, you know. So maybe we move Hall up to the first line with Patrick and Veleno. We put Balsers down here with Henrique and Palmieri. Yeah, that's an idea. We have some options here in New Jersey. We don't have to make a trade right away, because again, we have a very deep forward core. We have a few options on D as well. So again, let me know what changes we should make. It's pretty obvious we need to make a change. It's just a matter of I think it's just a matter of finding the right combinations, you know. I think we should hold off on making a trade for now. So, but again, let me know in the comments what we should do as far as line changes, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we continue the Year 6 simulation.